All right, Shalom. I want to start off, as always, by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Racha HaKodash, double honors unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. And I also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And as you can see, the title of this video is going to be a good interview about the Motb system. All right. And I wanted to do a response into this video that was put up here on YouTube by Redacted. And the title of the video reads, "They will control everything you do very soon." Journalist Whitney Webb, Redacted News. So he's interviewing this woman, Whitney Webb, all right? And she is going to go in, bro, okay, on pretty much this digital prison that Esau is getting ready to establish in the planet Earth, man, all right? This whole video is good, okay? This whole interview, all of it is good. But for time's sake, I'm gonna, get to the point of the matter, all right, when she really started going in. But, I wanted to get into this, man, just to keep brothers and sisters, fresh on the coming CBDCs, the digital IDs, the carbon footprint, and ultimately the Motb, all right, all together, man, all right? But it will be a whole system that Esau will have in place to monitor, to track, and to, pretty much be a digital taskmaster on you, right? Pretty much, okay? But Lord willing, this is edifying, man. Lord willing, you brothers and sisters out there can hear the video. But this is good, man. All of this is good, and I encourage you brothers and sisters out there to watch this whole thing, man. All right? So here we go.
It's being sent up into the sky to monitor your carbon footprint, watching everything you do. Is this part of a larger plan around CBDCs, our digital IDs, tracking everything we do? I know it sounds like science fiction, but it's actually happening. And our next guest has written extensively about it, called Debt from Above, a new piece that our next guest, Whitney Webb, has just written. The Carbon Credit Coup. Latin America is quietly being forced into a carbon market scheme through regional contractual obligations enforced by satellites of a U.S. intelligence-linked firm. So launching satellites into the sky to watch everything we do as part of what? Sort of a social credit score, sort of our carbon score. You've traveled too much this week, so you are locked down. You're not allowed to leave your house. Let's find out what this actually means for all of us. I know, again, this sounds like science fiction, but Whitney Webb has been warning us about it for a couple of years now, and she joins us now. And great investigative journalist. Whitney, welcome back to the show.
Hey, great to be here, Clayton. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. My pleasure. So you've been following, of course, the move towards central bank digital currencies, digital IDs, tracking everything. They want us to stop using cash. We're seeing that, of course. Just go to a lot of different restaurants now, a lot of different businesses. Sorry, we don't accept cash. In the European Union, if you use over a certain threshold of cash, you're considered part of the gray market. You're considered part of people who they would consider terrorists, like be watching you, as Christine Lagarde has said, the European Commissioner. So is this satellite launching as part of this tracking in moving towards central bank digital currencies?
Yeah, so the end goal of this is to have it integrated with all of these things. So one of the pillars of the economy to come doesn't just include CBDCs and their private sector equivalents. It also includes carbon markets. And one of the main architects of this coming system, people like Mark Carney, the UN envoy for climate finance, who was previously head of the Central Bank of England and also Canada, has been one of the point men for this. And there's a lot of different factors that are going to feed into this new financial system. So you touched on a few, like digital ID, and also like the digital wallet. And carbon markets are meant to be part of that. And that's why some of the key entities that are being used to create and develop this system, like the World Bank, for example, that's why we've had Carney, BlackRock's Larry Fink, for example, say the key to tackling climate change is reimagining the World Bank specifically in other parts of the multilateral development.
Just real quick, all right. Notice how she said the new financial system, right? But she mentioned digital IDs and the carbon footprint being a part of this new digital financial system, because it's all going to go together, man. You will not have CBDCs without a digital ID. And you won't have a digital ID without having a carbon footprint, so that they can track every single thing that you do, man. All right. Like, you have to truly sit back and understand the type of control that these devils will have once they establish this system, man. I mean, literally everything about you, everything that you do will be tracked, man, and traced. All right. No privacy at all. I mean, absolutely none. Okay. And she's speaking about it, man. So I'm gonna let a few more minutes play, then I'm gonna get to the actual point of when she really starts going in. Okay.
Development banking system. They're working alongside groups like Google's philanthropic arm, google.org, on creating climate wallets. And a lot of that program specifically is
what the hell is a climate wallet? Okay. This devil is crazy. A climate wallet? What? This devil been pushing this climate agenda for years, man. Okay. He's using it as a fear tactic, man. I mean, you hear him talk about it almost every day. Okay. Climate change, this and this and that. You devils are messing up the climate. Okay. But a climate wallet, bro, man, get the hell out of here, man. All right. This is why he started laughing for. It's a joke, man. But this is what the elites are coming with. All right.
tied into the program that I wrote about with Bitcoin Magazine's editor-in-chief, Mark Goodwin, this Debt from Above piece. I was talking specifically about this program called Green Plus that shares affiliations with that same entity housed within the World Bank called the Climate Action Data Trust that's producing this climate wallet. Green Plus specifically claims to be focusing for now on monitoring the protected areas of all of Latin America. But they say in their press release discussing their affiliation with this satellite company that has various ties to intelligence, that the goal is to monitor your carbon emissions from space as part of this metric known as the global footprint, or the ecological footprint, which is promoted by this group called the Global.
They want to monitor your carbon use from outer space. What the hell? So these devils have satellites in the heavens, man, that can monitor your carbon footprint, all right? Everything that you do, right? Monitoring all the nations, monitoring their carbon emissions, right? To pretty much put hell on them, man. Saying, hey, look, you're doing too much carbon, okay? This is where we're headed, man. This shit is ridiculous, okay? But this is where we're heading to. This devil got satellites to track your carbon emissions in the heavens, man. This is about to be crazy.
Global Footprint Network, which has its antecedents in the Club of Rome, which people may know of because it came under scrutiny during when the World Economic Forum came under scrutiny from independent media in the COVID era, because the Club of Rome was popularized this paper called The Limits of Growth and produced a book on the subject that was very...
Okay, so now I'm going to jump to the point. All right, all of this is good, but I'm going to go ahead and get to the point for time's sake, man. But she starts to go in around this point here, okay? She's really going to go in, right? So make sure I got the timestamp right in my phone. Okay, yeah. So right here, man, she's going to really get into this coming MOTB system, right? So here we go.
Carbon offsets and things of that nature. So,
and as we move away from
Interesting.
cash, we move away from hard assets and move away from owning things. Of course, they do not really want you to own homes. They want you to be part of this sort of collective, this digital collective now, and where they're going to be monitoring all of us through this digital wallet structure. It seems like
yeah.
we've had
and
this
you'll be renting everything.
right. You won't be owning homes. There's been a number of articles over the past few months from a lot of high profile media publications, and I've been bookmarking them and saving them, but I've seen this trend where it's promoting the idea that you shouldn't even own a single family home anymore. That's not something that's good for you. It's not good for the environment. You shouldn't do that. It's not good for communities to have single family homes. You shouldn't have a yard. You shouldn't have a driveway. And so there've been a lot of people pushing in this direction lately. And it seems to be a part of this process where you won't own homes. Can you talk a little bit about like the digital ID structure, and how do we have like a template on how this is going to look? We've heard all of these different examples. We have Dia, the Dia app in Ukraine, of course, where you can rat on your neighbors. You can pay for the subway. You can do all of those things. We hear about China, the social credit score. If you buy too much alcohol, it's your like lose social credit score points and all of that. What of it is true? And can you piece all of these things together to give us a sense of like what's coming to the United States?
Yes.
Listen good, Negro. Okay. This is coming to the United States, man. To sweet old America. Okay. This free liberal country, right? You people for so long have been used to your freedoms, man. Going here, going there, eating what you want, overeating, okay? Just being, wild. When this digital system comes, right, this damn MOTB system, all of that gonna stop, man. No more just traveling and going where you want to go. No, sir. She's got to go into all of this, man. So pay close attention, right? She's going to really go in, bro, right? Here we go.
Yeah, so the digital ID agenda is very similar to what's been rolled out in Ukraine and also in China. It's essentially housed within SDG 16, that being Sustainable Development Goal 16. That's been embraced essentially by all countries, and that's why you have, for example, essentially the vast majority of countries in the world in seeming lockstep over the course of this year and next year implementing biometric entry and exit requirements.
They're making biometric entry and exit points, right? So pretty much you leaving and coming, scanning yourself, man. Having access to certain places, you're going to have to scan yourself. Face reading, right? This shit about to get crazy, man.
The U.S. is in an effort to the U.S. government is manufacturing consent through that right now by pushing the so-called smart wall as the solution to the U.S.-Mexico border crisis, for example. But you have even politicians that claim to rail against, for example, the CBDC agenda. People like Ron DeSantis have gone full steam ahead within the state of Florida, pushing for the Florida Smart ID card, which is produced by a World Economic Forum strategic partner, Thales, which I believe is based in France. The effort here is to basically have what Amazon and some of these other companies have been trying to roll out over the past couple of years, the idea that your identification will just be your face, your biometrics, and it's being framed as convenience. You have JP Morgan, for example, going full steam ahead also with the idea that instead of using a card at an ATM, you will just scan your face, and that will allow you access to get access money either through an ATM. But of course, we're moving through to a cashless society. So the idea is to have it be like it's been rolled out at Whole Foods: pay with your palm, pay with your face. And this is
and eventually it's going to be the MOTB. All right. All of these things are connected, man. They're all connected, okay? These devils finna really come and bring hell on the planet, man. They're gonna present it as, it's good. They're gonna have benefits, with it. But this shit finna enslave humanity, bro, all right? Especially you damn Americans. Americans are not prepared for a system like this, okay? It's gonna be all kind of rebellions and shit, especially from these Edomites. Okay, Esau is not gonna go for this, bro. All right. Some Jakes might rebel, here and there, but Esau really not going for this. These American Edomites, they ain't going for this shit. But it's gonna get so bad to where they're gonna have to bend the knee to it, or else, be, possibly unalived or thrown in jail. But this devil is going to establish this system, man. And as she mentioned, the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, right? He was talking big about, well, we want to allow CBDCs in our state and yada, yada, yada. But yet he's pushing for digital ID in Florida, man. And also, I think she's going to mention how starting next year, if you're under the age of 14, I believe like 14 or younger in Florida, you will not be able to get on the internet. Picture that, man. 14 years and younger would not have access to the internet. Now, how would they know that? How would they know if a 14-year-old is trying to get on the internet? They're going to have some type of form of digital identification to do that. Because you can't tell just by me getting on the internet if I'm 14 or not. All right. There will have to be some type of login system in place to where they can say, oh, no. This child is, 13 or 14 or 8 or 9. They can't get on the internet. Now you have login information now, but you can lie on certain stuff, right? You can lie and say, well, I'm 18, but really you 13 or 14. So some type of digital, identification going to have to be in place to where they can know exactly who you are. Okay, this is how serious it's going to get.
That's the financial component, but it's also meant to be your ID for all sorts of things. And that's why you have these entities like WorldCoin, for example, being rolled out. The idea is to have WorldCoin be, tied to a wallet. So when you sign up and scan your iris, you're given these world coins. You're also given a unique identifier tied to your iris scan. And the idea is to have that not just be your ID when you're out, maybe doing things or trying to obtain certain services, but also your way of identifying yourself online. So it's also intimately tied to the efforts to end anonymity on the internet, which is a long-standing agenda that I've written about for a long time. And they've been trying to implement this in various countries, normally under, it's pretty frequently done under the guise of protecting children on the internet, or age verification for social media. That's also something that's been rolled out in Florida, and I would argue that it's essentially a Trojan horse for this type of stuff. The idea of trying to get you to link a government issued ID to your online activity,
right?
Which is very troubling when we
a government issued ID. That's going to be those digital IDs, man, specifically for you, so that they can know who you are and what you're doing. When you log into the internet, okay, they can see and track what you're doing, man. The videos you watch, the things you like, all of this, okay, is going to be tracked, man, and traced. And if they see you doing something that's out of the ordinary, they're going to just shut you down, okay? That's the type of power that these devils going to have, man. Just shut you down, bro, okay? To where, let's say that you watch Alex Jones, right? Or you watching what's his name? Luke Radowski, them type of guys. If they find out you watching them type of guys, man, they're gonna shut you down, because you will be considered something like an extremist, okay? But how much more the prophets, man? How hard you think it's gonna be on the prophets to access the internet? I mean, as soon as they see one of our videos, okay, just one video, especially of us out on the highways and byways, they see one video, they're gonna shut everything down. Okay. whichever brother log in, to get on the internet and to go live, man, they see that, bro, they're going to shut it down, which will cause a famine of the word, man. Okay? This is where we're heading.
When we consider that a lot of the infrastructure set up in place by both the Biden administration, the Trump administration, and preceding administrations of this, the war on domestic terror is framed at linking your activity on social media and online in general to a government issued ID for the purpose of being able to prosecute you for crimes, speech crimes and things like that committed online, or use what you've said online previously and run it through predictive analytics using artificial intelligence to determine if you may commit a crime in the future. And this was actually promoted by the Trump administration or figures within it. Jared Kushner and Ivanka were big proponents of it. It was creating this health DARPA department that Biden actually made. He called it ARPA-H, though. But the flagship program of that was called Safe Homes and was about running American social media posts in mass through an artificial intelligence algorithm to identify early neuropsychiatric warning signs as an effort to prevent mass shootings before they occur. So, based on your social media post, AI will determine if your gun should be taken away, something like that. And that was being fielded during the Trump administration. So this is something that is obviously a bipartisan agenda, unfortunately, and it's housed within the UN Sustainable Development Goals. A lot of these different agendas can be found there. And I think we're seeing an unprecedented effort to have this marketed to people, specifically in the United States, under different metrics. So for a long time, a lot of these agendas had been framed sort of using left-leaning rhetoric and coming from the public sector. We're also seeing an effort now to shift that in an effort to manufacture consent, to have it be a private sector thing. And this is something that's happened before in U.S. history, where, for example, after 9/11, there was an effort to create the surveillance program called Total Information Awareness as an office in DARPA, which is the Pentagon. And it was rightly criticized for ending U.S. privacy of U.S. citizens. And what they did instead is that they privatized it and they turned it into Palantir, which was created by Peter Thiel, for example, one of the co-founders of PayPal, and is now a contractor to every U.S. intelligence agency and serves all of the same functions that TIA, Total Information Awareness, was designed to do, including this predictive analytics stuff. And they also ran all the COVID data and all this other stuff. I mean, they've become a huge surveillance monster, essentially, at the end of the day. And oddly enough, the satellite company, as part of this Green Plus program, has teamed up with Palantir, has put Palantir in space, which was actually one of the final ambitions of the Total Information Awareness program. So you're having all of this being folded in with these various pillars of this new financial system, which again includes carbon markets, but also includes digital ID, ending online anonymity, and digital money that is both programmable and surveillable. And it's important to point out, too, that CBDCs are that, but there's also efforts to create private sector equivalents that are just as surveillable and programmable as CBDCs could be. It may not be the central bank programming them and passing your data to the government, but JP Morgan doing that is really, at a functional level, as far as it affects human freedom and civil liberties, really no different. And there's efforts to foist that upon the American public as well. The idea of, the stablecoin bill, for example, that's come up in Congress and trying to create.
All right, man. So this is all I want to put on the video there for time's sake, bro. But man, she going in. I mean, like, this whole video, she's going in and exposing what the elites are doing, man, and what they're trying to do, eventually. And we've been, talking about this, man, for years now, and this coming system. All right, these devils are moving fast, man. And for us as believers, we have to lock in the spirit, bro, because we're going to be tested and tried, man. Especially for us who go out on the highways and byways and doing these videos, man. We're going to be considered crazy people in this new digital system, all right? We're going to be, considered crazy terrorists, right? Maniacs, women haters, rainbow people haters. I mean, there's all kind of stuff. And they could very well shut down our CBDCs to where we can't even, pay for nothing, man. And guess what? We're going to need Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai in that day, man. But who knows how it's going to, play out. But we know that this thing going to happen, and it's going to get serious, okay? So I have a few precepts here to not close out just for time's sake, man. This is 2 Corinthians 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, right? We're not ignorant of his plans, okay? We're not ignorant to it, man. We're privy to what these elites are trying to push out in the planet Earth, man, okay? And that interview, right, that whole interview is going in, okay, on the devices or the plans of the elites, okay? See, the elites, they're going to get an advantage on those who are not watching, those who are not aware, okay? But we're watching and we are aware of this man's devices, okay? And eventually, the Lord is going to disappoint this man. He won't get his chance to establish this system fully as he wanted, okay? He'll get a chance to establish it, but he won't get it fully like he wants it, all right? Because the Most High is going to stop him. Job 5:12, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands could not perform their enterprise. Esau will not get a chance to fully perform his enterprise, man, okay? Listen to that video and what she's saying, man. It's like, bro, if this nigga get a chance to do all this, he's going to really be proud and pompous, man. Having the power to dictate where you can go, where you can't go, what you can buy, what you can't buy, what you can say, what you can't say, monitoring your behavior on the internet, seeing what you like, seeing, all the videos that you watch. And then you'll have AI there, right? AI going to be tracking you to try to predict your behavior, all kind of crazy things, man. All right. This devil is the devil, man. And he's going to show his horns very soon. Okay. Second Thessalonians 2:9, even him who's coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Okay. This man is working for Satan. All right. He's dealing with left-hand energy. And these devils are not stopping. As you see, Klaus Schwab and these guys at the WEF, they're serious, okay? They're serious about giving you a carbon footprint. They're serious about giving you a social credit score and CBDCs and digital IDs. They're serious, man. Because countries are already doing it, okay? It's just that over here in Babylon the Great, it hasn't hit yet. But once it hits in Babylon, you're going to know it's real. See, it's real already, all right, in certain parts of the world. But it's just not to a level to where, it's like, oh my goodness. Well, in China it is, okay, but it's going to get even, stricter over there, man, okay? But wait till you hit America, bro. That's the big thing, bro. When this stuff hits Babylon the Great, to where you and I have a digital ID, a social credit score, CBDCs, man, that shit gonna be weird as hell. But unfortunately, we're gonna have to use that, right, to pay bills and stuff like that. But one thing that we're going to deny, Lord willing, is when he said, hey, look, you have to take this Motb, or else. That's where we're gonna draw the line. But this devil is coming, man. All right. Last precept here, Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. I agree to close out. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knew that he had but a short time. All right, this devil is moving, man. And in this video here, on a redacted, okay, she going in. All right, bro. This whole video, I was listening to it at work, man. I was getting so excited. I couldn't even stay focused, man. But she was going in on this MOTB system. And what these elites are doing, bro, okay? They have these damn satellites in the heavens that can track your carbon output pretty much, right? This is crazy technology, man. But you're seeing AI being pushed more in the news. You're seeing AI starting to gain more control, monitoring things. This is going to be the new way, okay? So, Lord willing, this is edifying, man. I'm going to close out here, for time's sake, because I got something to do. But Lord willing, this was edifying, man. I might do a part 2 to this thing. Or you know what? I might just finish some of it in the morning on my early morning getting, Lord willing. I don't know. But hopefully this was edifying, man. I encourage you to watch this whole video. It's good. It may spark your spirit to do a video and just cover some things of what she said, man. Okay. Very, very interesting. All right. But Lord willing, it was edifying, man. We're going to close out here. I'll praise you. Shalom.